Hi y'all, this is so blessed. Welcome to the blessed place. How y'all doing? I am so excited because this is a review of Why Did I Get Married To? I was so looking forward to this movie, and it went beyond my expectation. Now, I've heard a lot of people say or complain that Tyler Perry, I'm thinking of Mary Tyler Moore and Tyler Perry, that Tyler Perry movies were very predictable. It was not predictable at all, or at least not for me. Now, if you predicted it, then you good. Okay, where should we start? First of all, the scenery was breathtaking in the Bahamas. Oh my God, just paradise. Like, I'm like, I want to go on a honeymoon there. Okay. Then Tasha. Now I'm going to I don't remember the characters' names. I just cannot remember character names, but I remember celebrity names. So if I go back and forth between real name and movie name, just stick with me here. Follow me here. Tasha and her husband, Michael Jai White. Oh my goodness. They are the comic relief of the show. Okay, that's no different than the first one. But Tasha just took it up a few more notches. And how many of us, I mean, we can look at her and say, okay, that's not realistic. Maybe in your small world it's not realistic, but how many more of us can say, I know somebody just like Jai White on that beach, and him and Malik Yoba on that beach with those pecs and shoulders and backs and calves and, okay. Woosah. And then at first I said, I sure hope Tyler don't take off his shirt. But there was a scene where Tyler took off his shirt, and I said, what? Tyler, I didn't know you were working with all that under there. I didn't know my deal was working with all that. All the characters, meeting at this vacation spot in Bahamas. And just came to me, Lamont Rucker. Okay, so they get all settled in, and there go Richard T. Jones, who was Jill Scott's husband in the first video, and he comes because he owns part of the timeshare too. But of course he came, I don't know, did he come to stir up trouble, or did he come to get his wife back? I think he actually came to try to get his wife back. But in the process, he just stirring up trouble. And now that was something that was a little kind of, I would say unexpected, because I think I might have even saw that in the trailer or the previews. But it still, for some reason, was kind of like a little shocker. Because I figured he may be somewhere in the movie. I just didn't think he would have the audacity to show up at this retreat. Okay, I like the dynamics of the different couples, because Tyler Perry and his wife had the good marriage, and everything was going fine, and Tyler got his baby like he wanted from the first show. He wanted to have a baby, and she got her tubes untied, and she gave him a son, and she was glad he got his son. But she was just a little too happy and glowing, and everybody was telling her how much she was just glowing. And I started thinking right there, is she messing around on Tyler? Because she just not growing, but glowing a little too much. Everybody's just pointing this out, that she's glowing. And ladies, y'all know, when we have somebody new in our lives, you can't stop the glow. You can't hide the glow. You can't hide it. Men, if y'all pay attention and your wives just start glowing for no reason, you better inquire. I love when the couples were sitting around playing cards, and Richard T. Jones was just antagonizing Lamont Rucker, Jill Scott's husband. And I just really like how Lamont Rucker just held his own. Did I mention he's a beautiful man? Okay. I just like the way he held his own, and I just love the way Jill Scott was looking at Richard T. Jones like, yeah, take that. I got a real man who can handle his and handle all this. Side note, I know that Jill Scott was trying to be helpful to her ex-husband, Richard T. Jones, but she really went about it in the wrong way. Because ladies, never have a side promise or a side covenant or a side secret with any other man other than your husband. Men, don't ever allow another woman to tell you, don't tell your wife, or your wife doesn't have to know, or your girlfriend doesn't have to know. Never make any secret covenants or promises with someone outside your relationship. Another thing I noticed throughout the movie, I noticed that Malik Yoba and Janet Jackson, you could tell in their relationship they didn't really have a real connection. And you know how you can tell that in real life? You know, people going along looking like everything fine, but something to you and your spirit just say they don't have a real connection. You know, they just going through the motions. Yeah, you could tell that they were just going through the motions. You could tell Janet just gained a little weight and it looked beautiful on her, especially for this part. To me, she's just so much more believable as not Janet Jackson. You know, you remember her in the video? I bet you think this song is about you, You remember how cut and fine she was? I don't think I could really believe her character if it was the same Janet looking like that. So, Janet, baby, I know you fluctuate in weight. The weight looked good on you. You had them breasts sitting up there like that. She looked good. But, I mean, Janet went there. I would say who had to pull the deepest emotionally? Janet had to go deep and dark emotionally. I think there are so many good parts of the movie, but I think one of the best parts of the movie that I like is when Tyler Perry was suspecting that his wife was cheating on him, and he could see the glow, the same glow that everybody else could see, and he saw her getting her lingerie out and getting it prepared for work the next day, and that's when he started asking her the hard questions. Who is he? How long have you known him? Have you all done anything? And his wife had this emotional connection with someone, but they had never had physical sex. But I loved how Tyler Perry pays such close attention to his wife that he knew what date did it start on this date. What happened on that date, March 8th, when you came home late? What happened when I could smell his cologne on you? I was like, dang. I thought it was just my man that paid attention to everything. But there are some men out there, other than my man, that pays attention to every little detail. But yes, man, if you pay attention to your wives, you'll know when something is awry. And more than likely, if you're paying attention to her, you don't have to worry about anything going awry. So that was, I think, of the many, many, many awesome scenes, I think that was one of the best scenes to me. The tragedy that happened at the end was so unexpected. I mean, well, first of all, let me tell you another part that was unexpected to me is when Malik Yoba threw that vase through the door, through the glass door, because Janet Jackson hadn't locked him out. And it was too funny when Tyler Perry and Michael Jai White were scared and ready to get up out of there, and Janet appeared behind them. Boy, you would have thought this was a horror movie the way I jumped. Boy, my mom and I both jumped, and a lot of other people in the theater. So Janet was really menacing in that scene, and like I say, she brought it. Okay, but the other part that was jarring and unpredictable is the very end. That just reminded me of how short life is. Y'all, life is so short. Life is too short. And I love the addition of Louis Gossett Jr. and Cicely Tyson, and I love when they stood up talking about their marriage and why they got married. And I love to hear people talk about their love and how they met and how it grew and how they changed and how. But I really love to hear couples who've been married a long time. So what I love about this movie is that, number one, Tyler Perry took it to a whole new level. And then secondly, it was very unpredictable. At least to me it was. And thirdly, it left certain things hanging. It left you hanging as to whether or not Michael Jai White was actually cheating on Tasha. What y'all think? Do y'all think he's cheating on Tasha? I don't know. Any man with a second secret cell phone? I don't know. And then when they introduced The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, at the end, I don't know. Why did I get married 3? What y'all think? Y'all be blessed. Okay.